What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ruse Reviews, and today we are chatting about Fragment by Michael Murray. So, let's get into this. So, before we start, I should give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Brown Bear Leather Goods. Brown Bear Leather Goods are a company based out in Dubai that make the best handmade, crafted, personalised items for magicians. All details to their website and Etsy shop can be found below. And if you use the code RUSENTME, all in block capitals, I'll put that on the screen somewhere, you will get 15% off your next order with them. Also, why not try out this new chapters thing that YouTube's got going on? If you scrub from the start of the timeline to the end of the timeline or back again, you will be able to see the different chapters of this review. So why not give it a try? Here we go, Fragment by Michael Murray. Not to be confused with the latest release called Fragment by Abstract Effects, a completely separate and unrelated project. I should point out, by the way, that I did receive Fragment by Abstract Effects through for review. I couldn't review it on this channel. You guys know that I review only the best, what I feel is the best in magic and mentalism, and for me, that one didn't make the cut. But there you go, that's only my personal opinion. This, on the other hand, is mind-blowing. For me as a performer, as a worker, this for me just encompasses why I like using Michael Murray's effects. I've been using his Deadlocked for so long now. It's just one of my go-to effects, and I have a feeling that this is going to be another one. So, what is Fragment? Fragment is an ACAN. For the uninitiated, an ACAN is any card at any number. Over the years, there have been a variant of ACAN effects, the perfect cards at any number. Everyone's searching for the Holy Grail. What makes this one different is it can be done with a borrowed deck. Yeah, that's right, you heard me, a borrowed deck. It is beautiful, and as soon as I learnt it, I tried it straight away. And again, this can be done virtually. Mind-blowing. So what you're going to see now is a 6-minute performance. This is a 6-minute performance and engagement between me and my friend Tim, who's also a professional magician, where I show him this effect. So enjoy the performance. Right, so for anyone at home that doesn't know Tim, Tim is a brilliant magician, a good friend of mine, and we're always jamming, and there you go, there's proof. If you ever needed proof, that was it. And so he's familiar with the idea of the ACAN, the any card at any number, but just so that you can see this, Tim, this is the first time I'm performing it. It's virtually, and it's also to another magician. All those things shouldn't work together, but we're going to try it anyway. You don't need a card yourself. I've got the cards that are just on top of this wine glass here. Can you see the wine glass all right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Good. Okay. I thought I'd get all the help I can. I'm using Darren Brown's playing cards today. So these cards are genuine, they can be shuffled by the spectator. Most people obviously get you to think of a card or get you to pick a card, okay? I want you to think of a number, okay? A number between 1 and 52. You have this number in your head, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the deck like this, okay? Now I'm aware there's a little bit of lag, so I'll be as slow as I can, but I'm going to go through the deck like this, and I want you to remember the card at your number, okay? So I'll do, say, half the deck. I'll go to 26, and then I'll ask you if you've seen your card or not, and if not, we'll continue, okay? So, here we go. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
I'll speed this all up in post.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24,
25, 26. Tim, have you seen your card yet?
I have.
You have? Perfect. Okay, that's great. It's in the top part of the deck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So what we're going to do is I am going to... So if you were here, Tim, I'm going to sort of cut the cards. I'll put the bottom half here, okay? And what we're going to do is shuffle the cards. So you could be shuffling at this point, okay? So now we've disconnected where your card is and its position, right? So I'm showing you this isn't a magician shuffle. And again, I'll give it one of these just so that we feel like we've accomplished something in life. We haven't. I will take the bottom half, I'll place the top half on top. So here's the thing, Tim. if I was to spread through the deck now, and in fact I will, just so that I can show you, I'll turn away. Just make sure you don't give any clues if you see your card, obviously. As I spread through the deck, maybe you see that your card isn't at the position that it is anymore, well, that you mentioned, right?
No.
So maybe the cards move position, right? I mean, the chances of it being in the same position as you saw it at would be almost impossible in this situation, right? Give the cards a few more cuts. The cards are shuffled. You could have shuffled them. So now we're going to take another step. I'm going to try and read your mind and get your card. Okay, so we'll do this first. Okay, so I want you to cleanly think in your head whether this is a red card or a black card. Okay. So just think this in your head. Bear in mind that you haven't said the number, you haven't said the card. This has all been in your mind, right?
No. Go on.
I think maybe it's... This is it. I think this is it. I'm not 100%, but I'm going to commit to this. Now, the thing is, this card isn't in the position that you were thinking of to start with, right? So...
No.
My job is to try and get it into that position. So now I just want you to think of the position that you saw this card in, okay? You say nothing out loud, you just think of the position, okay?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I think this is it. I'm just going to leave this here for now so that you can see it, right? So it's just in full frame. Just think of your card for me one more time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah, I think I have that.
You get this. I'm being very angry.
I'm going to be very angry. A minute. I think I have your card. Think of the position that you saw it at again. Just think of it. Yeah, I second guess myself. I'm too off. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this open. I'm going to take 2 cards from the bottom. There's 1. There's 2. I think I was 2 off. I'm not exactly sure. Okay. Right. So, Tim, I don't want you to say what the card is. Just tell me the position where you saw the card at. Just how many cards in did you see this card?
19th.
19th. Okay, that's good because I had 17 in my head initially. And I'll show you what I mean by this. I'll do this very slowly. Okay? I'll do this very slowly, one at a time. 1.
I'm going to seriously impress.
2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
17. 19, right?
Yeah.
18. That wasn't it, was it?
No.
This is the 19th card. What was the card that you saw?
4 of clubs. Whoa.
Oh.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's as simple as that. I just don't get it.
It's beautiful, right?
It's annoying, yeah. It's not,
But, mate,
it's so good.
So imagine this. That's a borrowed deck, and they all the shuffles that I did, they do. That's made the review. That's going in. Okay, wow. So that was probably one of the longer performances we've had in this section, but the A-Can is a kind of longish trick. You have to count through cards to get to the card that they thought of and the number that they thought of. It's a little bit procedural that way, but everything in this effect is justified. So this comes as a DVD or a download. I saw 3 performances and then the explanation, and the 3 performances just made me want to skip straight to the explanation, but I made myself sit through the performances because they are beautiful to watch. Now, when I first saw it, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Crusade by Atlas Brookings, and I suggest you go check that out as well. What that effect gives you is a slightly different procedural content to the A-Can effect. But for me, the way that I want to perform A-Can, this is perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. Now, people are going to be in 2 minds about this because there is a sleight that you have to use, and it is one sleight, and it's a sleight that, as a card magician or a close-up performer, you should kind of know. It's actually an adaptation on a sleight, so it's actually easier to perform this than you normally would. And I know there's lots of mentalists out there that don't necessarily perform close-up magic or magic of any form and want it to be completely sleight-free. So this might not be the perfect product for you, but please just give it a go. Please, because it is such an easy sleight to get down, and once you have it down, it flies. It really flies. In fact, I do it pretty much out in the open in that video. And Tim, who is a professional magician, just didn't see it at all. It just flew by. So I would highly suggest that you learn this sleight just to perform this routine. Also, another thing that separates this from other ACAN effects is you do have to touch the deck. Now, this isn't presented as I've sent you the deck beforehand, it's sealed up, it's placed in an envelope, and we've only brought it out here today. It's not presented like that, as you can see by the performance. So, should touching the deck bother you? No. Of course not. It's a deck of cards. And if you borrow the cards from someone, why wouldn't you be handling them to start with, right? So, here's the thing. Every single cut, every single shuffle that I perform in that video can be done by the spectator. Everything gets mixed up exactly how you see it in that performance. I haven't cut any of that out. This is the perfect after event trick for me, or after meal trick. You know, you're at a friend's house or you're after a gig and the client sat there and he asks you to show one more thing. There's a deck of cards behind the bar and you can perform this. It is beautiful. So let's get into the teaching of Fragment. The teaching itself is just under 25 minutes long. It really doesn't take long to get this trick down. As I say, I learnt it, I performed it straight away. It just had to be done. The actual method for this is so simple, yet so convincing. And the reason that I like that is because I then don't have to worry about the method, if it's going to work, what happens if I get to this certain stage and it doesn't work. It pretty much feels self-working, even though it isn't 100%, it feels like it really is. Now, the actual teaching itself is taught by Michael, and it is just one camera angle. Okay, now this was perfect. Everything was caught in that one camera angle. It didn't need multiple cameras to show multiple shots. Everything was just framed, the whole 25 minutes or just under was framed in one shot, one camera angle. That's all it needed. What Michael also teaches you in the download or DVD is a variation on outs. There is one out that could happen, and if it does happen, nothing really changes in the handling, bare minimal, and it would look exactly the same as the performance I just did, okay? So Michael covers every little thing that you need if you find yourself in a position which isn't exactly how you want things. What Michael also goes into is additional ideas. There's a really nice idea where he performs this on a table, which gives you a perfect opportunity to glimpse a certain piece of information that you need to be able to make this trick work. And it kind of happens on an offbeat, kind of casual moment, so it really justifies you looking at the cards at that specific point. There's also a second addition to this where he shows the spectators how to do certain moves, okay? It's almost like you can be completely hands-off at this point and they're doing everything themselves. So there are also additional handlings. There are a lot of magicians that will want to perform this sort of effect as well, and the idea of having to memorize certain bits of information might not be for everyone. So Michael teaches a way of being able to perform this whole routine without having to memorize anything. So that's it, guys. That was Fragment by Michael Murray. Links are below where you can find that. If you love the ACAN idea and just want it to be slightly more impromptu, as you can see by the performance, it is a genuine magician fooler. I mean, Tim is pretty bang on the money when it comes to a lot of magic, and the fact that it fooled him, yeah, blew my mind. So go buy this effect, guys. It's a no-brainer. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all very soon. Ciao.